Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's finally got up into the 60s here in Greensboro today. It's supposed to be in the 70s by week's end. But that's not what we're here to talk about, because if you wanted to know that, you would simply look at the Weather Channel. I want to talk about Chris Brown. I'm not a fan of Chris Brown, but Chris Brown has many fans, I'm sure. I don't have anything against Chris Brown. He's just not my cup of tea. Chris Brown and his bodyguard were arrested Sunday morning, that's this morning, and charged with felony assault. This was according to the Washington Metropolitan Police Department. Chris Brown and his bodyguard Christopher Hollisey were allegedly involved in an altercation with another man outside of the W Hotel at 4:25 this morning. The two were taken into custody, and they were being held at the 2nd District Police Station. So, Brown is 24 years old. You know he's already on probation in California for a felony domestic violence conviction against Rihanna. You know, remember when that happened. Now, any arrest, anytime you're on probation, any arrest could be considered a violation of that probation, which could result in jail time. But that's one thing that him and Lindsey Lohan have in common, because they continue to do this over and over, and they're not in jail. Chris Brown is 24. Lindsey Lohan is 27. Lindsey Lohan's been doing this for a few years, so it looks like Chris Brown is going to follow in her footsteps. The prosecutors have filed probation violation charges against Chris Brown twice in the past year, and all the judge has done when these were filed against him was just order him to do more community service. And as a matter of fact, one of his violations of probation was he did not complete his community service, so they just added more community service on. You know, well, shame on you for not doing this, so we'll just give you more of it to do. We'll just make you do more of what you're not doing. But anyway, he had his troubles with Rihanna in 2009, and he entered a guilty plea 7 months later and was sentenced to serve 5 years probation. So that would be up next year, sometime next year. But he was doing good on his probation until last year, it says, when the district attorney's office accused him of not completing the community service, which he was even allowed to do in his home state of Virginia. Now, I'm from the home state of Virginia. I think the reason he wanted to do his community service and everything there was because he felt like his name would be so big they wouldn't make him do it. Now, and apparently they didn't, because he got a violation for it. So, probation rules require Brown to stay out of all legal trouble. Even an arrest that does not lead to a conviction could result in a probation violation. Now, he's scheduled to go before Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge James Brandlin on November the 20th for a probation status hearing. The reason I compare him so much to Lindsey Lohan is, like I said, they both get in trouble. Lindsey's just more or less driving drunk and all this, you know. But Chris Brown seems to have some kind of anger management problem. And I thought he was supposed to take anger management classes. He probably didn't complete that either. A lot of people speculated that his troubles with him and Rihanna was a publicity stunt. You know, just to get his name out there. And Rihanna has since, a lot of her music is really masochistic, if you will. Talks about she likes to be beat and stuff like that. You know, it's really weird. But, you know, a lot of music's weird, so you can't really say that because of what Chris Brown did to her, brought out her inner masochistic person, and now she likes to be beat. You know, some people speculate on that, and that's just ridiculous. It's just her style of music, basically. But Lindsey Lohan, for several years, has been going through this, and all the judges every time will The judges, I just had a text. The judges every time will say, if we see you back here again, and they always do, and nothing's ever done. So what do you think about Chris Brown? Do you think his probation should be revoked? Until next time, bye-bye.